PCR211, and we're going to be talking about types of peace. Course is quite voluminous, and that's not calling a wrap what the course is with. The classes on this course will extend into next week. Nevertheless, I'm very positive that next week we'll be calling it up the course and can move to some other courses. With this being said, let's just shoot into it. Okay. So I have PCR211 and we have types of peace. If you remember, in our last class, we talked at length what it means by peace. Okay, still on that pedestrian, we're going to be considering what are the types of peace. Now, when peace is applied in a positive sense, the idea of peace involves the voluntary cooperation among individuals and groups for the attainment of material or non-material objectives. They may include security, justice, or freedom. So we want to consider peace as positive. I want to consider peace as negative. When we consider peace, the type of peace or peace as positive, we are referring to peace in the sense that involves voluntary cooperation among individuals. When individuals comply, work together voluntarily to achieve something, then we are referring to that as what we call positive peace. Okay? So we have voluntary, okay, cooperation, among, so this is OO, voluntary cooperation among individuals for the purpose of achieving materials or non-materials objectives. This may include security, justice, all right, or freedom. So we have that as that. Now, when we now look at peace from the negative point of view, when applied negatively, peace only seeks to what? Eliminate the use of force and violence to attain, all right, any kind of objective. Eliminate the use of force, meaning that there will be no need for the use of force to achieve whatsoever objective. Okay, so we have that as that. So we also want to consider peace as harmony, peace as order, peace as justice, peace as conflict management. These are other types of peace. Okay, peace as harmony. Okay, we are talking about stressing the absence of conflict. Okay, so we have types of peace. We have peace as harmony. Okay, emphasizing or stressing the absence of conflict. Stressing or emphasizing the absence of what we refer to as conflict. Okay, we have also peace as order. All right, peace as order. Here we are emphasizing on the ability of stability. All right, when peace is the source to the stability of a country or stability in a country. Then we also have peace as justice. when we stress or emphasize on the absence of domination and poverty. All right, peace as justice and peace as conflict management. All of these are good. All right, they are all types of peace. All right, so we have that as that. Now let's continue. Let's talk more. All right, we said something about positive peace, but let's still expand a little bit more, okay, on what it means. To start with, let's take it off from positive peace obtained in a situation, okay? Positive peace obtains in a situation where there is absence of war and direct violence on the one hand, and the active practice of social justice, good governance, protection of human security, and rule of law on the other. So let me say peace as, all right, positive peace. There's a lot to it. All right. So basically, there are two major parts to this. The first part to this is that when there is absence of war and direct violence, no war and direct violence. That is the first part. And the second part to it is that there is the guarantee, all right? There is the guarantee of protection of human, all right? There is guarantee of human security, practice of social justice, practice of social justice, okay? Human security, just social justice, human security, and rule of law. There we can refer to this situation as positive peace. Okay, so we have that as that. Positive peace is a concept found in the writing of Martin Luther King Jr. and Johann Galtung. Now, they indicate the absence of what Galtung popularly referred to as structural violence. Are we together? So the concept of positive peace is a concept developed, all right, brought up by Martin Luther King Jr. and Johann Galtung, indicating that positive peace is the absence of what Galton popularly referred to as structural violence. Okay, which contributes to reducing potential lifespan of human beings below what it might otherwise be. Definitely, all right. When it comes to war, it is a respecter of no person, and unfortunately, a lot of very good and important things are lost to, to the concept. So we have that as that. Enough said about positive um, peace. Let's say something, all right, about the other term referred to as negative. Okay, negative peace. Talking about negative peace, Negative peace refers to the absence of direct violence, even where other forms of visible threat exist. Okay, even when there are forms of when visible when it is visible that there are forms of certain threat or going on underneath, it still persists that there is absence of direct violence. So that means there could be the presence of visible indirect violence, but direct violence in the sense whereby we have confrontations and attacks. Okay, absence of direct violence. Two, the absence, all right, or direct violence. Even though there are visible threats, all right, forms of visible threats, even there are visible forms of visible threats. This is usually likened to a case where a despotic king, when we say despotic, we are talking about a tyrannist, okay? A despotic king rules a seemingly peaceful empire, but his rule is only tolerated because it does not foster, all right, because it does not foster a sense of peace. Okay, just as an example, what we're talking about, whereby a tyrannist seems to be wise in his own counsel. All right, so apart from direct violence, such as attack, all right, there are also other forms of violence that are structural in nature. Okay, so apart from direct attack, there are also other forms of violence that are structural in nature. These are seen in cases where, all right, where we have ex, human rights violation. You know, human rights violation might not really be a direct confrontation of, all right, of conflict, but sure, it does is referred to as a structural, all right, conflict. Definitely, if you violate someone's right, the person won't be happy. So we have that as that. So negative peace or the absence of force and violence is also necessary in order that people will enjoy their lives without molestation or obstruction. It means the prevention or removal of physical, psychological, or moral form of violence, which is very important if people are to live their lives to the fullest. Very important. A society that is experiencing positive peace would have an active and egalitarian civil society, an inclusive democratic political structure, and open, accountable system of governance. Very true. So we have that as that. Now, there's also something called um, the components of peace. What are the components? So let's consider some of the components of peace. We have the likes of social justice. Social justice is said to be one of the components of peace. It is a term that is commonly used to describe a society with many policies aimed towards achieving what we call equality of opportunity and equality of outcome. Social justice, the right for all. Everyone is equal for the law. We also have human rights. According to law, the basic liberties that serve as indicators in a society where social justice exists include what we call the freedom of speech, freedom of thought, liberty to morality, public liberties, political liberties, freedom of press, and freedom of assembly. All these are encapsulated in what we call human rights. Human rights works. And another aspect, all right, component is good governance, highly essential. When we say good governance, it ensures that political, social, and economical, all right, political, social, and economic priorities are based on a broad societal agreement. It's not a political, it's not a passive thing. Decision that affects the whole country and the life is not a passive thing. It's the decision that will be made to benefit everybody, the whole country, the whole state at large. And we have human security, all right? We have that as that. So what are the components of, so basically these are the components of positive peace. So what are the components of negative peace? Here, we are talking about structural violence. We said this before. Structural violence, direct violence like public riots, all right, inter-ethnic conflict and religious violence is shocking in itself, but it is the brutality that accompanies it that usually gets one's attention. All right. So structural violence, like we said, they are not confrontational. All right. They are violence that hurts one, make you sad, but it doesn't appear to be like, okay, we are attacking somebody and as a result of that, the person might pass away. These are violence that are indirectly afflicted on people. All right, indirectly afflicted on people. So we have that as that. So we also have relative deprivation. All right, deprivation. All right, deprive people of their basic things, basic things. When other people see themselves as better than some group of people and therefore treat them with disdain, you deprive them. So we have social injustice. All right. Here we have social justice. Here we have social injustice. So we have that as that. Okay. Now let's take a step further. Now we have dimensions of peace. What are the dimensions of peace? The greatest achievement of peace on earth is dependent on its accomplishment in the minutest social units, such as family. Very true. Anything that happens today on the last scale started from the family. Okay? Family on interpersonal level. Now, let's talk about domestic peace. Okay? Speaking of domestic peace, it is characterized by democratic rule, good governance, transparency of decision making, and by a high degree of political legitimacy of born. Now, when we're talking about dimensions of peace, we are looking at different angles to peace, all right, and what makes peace to be the concept that is known for. And to start with, we look at the domestic peace, peace that is referred to, all right, that has its origin from the home, domestic, of each every member of every family, all right, from the locality of a nation, whereby we have good democratic rule, good governance, transparency. We also have global peace, the peace that affects all nations of the world. The relationship between each other and how they relate with each other. We also have the durable peace. All right, durable peace or lasting positive or just peace. Durable peace is also known as lasting positive or just peace. So we have that as that. Now it says for durable peace to exist, there must be internal harmony of individual. Okay, individuals must be happy with themselves within that nation. And how do we achieve that? We talk about satisfaction of basic human needs. When basic human needs like food, shelter, and clothing is made available and cheap, all right, then we can achieve durable peace. We also have security and justice. And when people have freedom, all right, then we can have what we refer to as durable peace. So we're going to call it up here today. And from our next class, well, in our next class, we're going to take it from peace classified. Thank you very much, everyone. I believe we've been able to gain something to this class. Please let's just keep our notes up to date and submit them to the appropriate quarters. Do have a wonderful evening and bye for now.